I kind of like that name. Volume.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. As you can see, we've done it again. We have hit infinites for the third time. And it's only been 3 months. Well, we've only been here for 3 seasons. Well, the current season is my third season. I do want to talk about it a bunch and talk about the decks I was using. Thankfully, I did hit this deck, or I did hit this without using Think Fang Foom. I hit it without using Star-Lord. I was able to brew my own stuff together. And while I was struggling in the 90s, I brewed a really good deck together. And we hit 100. Right? So let's go talk about it. I'll talk about the patch notes a little bit too, briefly. But we'll get to that in a few. So, collection. Let's talk about the first decks that I was running in my 75s to like low 90s. It was this. My Phantom Lock Bamboozle deck. My own brew. It's hard to run cards you like when the new stuff that comes out is so strong. Like, so strong. And you can abuse it. That being said, I don't like Star-Lord or Fing Fang Foom. I think those units need to be adjusted immediately and nerfed immediately. Because the current meta is so one-sided that it's like, at least when I started to play in Weapon X, like the Weapon X season, there are so many decks that are viable for a event. So many. Which was a good thing. It made the meta fun. Dragon's Hit. Still enough decks to be usable. Still playable in most situations. Fun, not as much as Weapon X season, but they eventually got around to nerfing the dragon, and it fixed the problem of Chow Wow. Now, the season of Guardians, or whatever they're calling this season, the Guardian season, it went from lots of decks to some decks to no decks. It's two decks. The meta deck, which abuses Star-Lord, and then the counter to that deck, which, yeah, those are the two decks. So it went from a bunch to some to like two, which is stupid. I don't understand the logic behind that. That being said, I did still hit infinite with my own brew. We'll talk about it in a second. So, back to my... Before I got sidetracked about these units. That thing is... Okay. Afflict. This is essentially a discard, destroy, afflict deck. Afflict with extra steps, because Phantom X has to be special. For whatever reason, he wants to be special. Right? He got buffed. Didn't really change how good he is, in my opinion. Especially in this season, hell no. It's nice that he's a 4/7. Well, it's acceptable that he's a 4/7. It's not acceptable that he's still this bad and hard to use. I don't like that. How do I word this? -2 power on every top slot with this condition is not as rewarding as it might seem. Period. That being said, Phantom X is a fun unit because of his animations. I like Phantom X. I just wish he was slightly better. There you go. That's my roundabout on Phantom X. He's fun, could be better. I want to say usable, but if you're trying to hit infinite, not usable. Prowler, my goat. This guy is actually goated. It's crazy because you don't see Prowler often. You really don't. And it's a shame because he's really freaking good in a lot of decks. He's like Nico. In fact, I would argue he's better than her at times. This is amazing. This is amazing. And this can help sometimes. It's actually pretty good. Better than I give it credit for. It's actually won me a few games. But this right here, beautiful. I love this. This is my best friend right here. The remote mines are my best friend. I love abusing these things. So Prowler, top tier. I should really do a tier list, man. Prowler would be at the top. Well, yeah, I'd probably put Prowler at the top. He's so good. Anyway, moving on. Another crutch that I was using this season and still using this season, Rogue. I know there's better options. I know that you can completely shut down ongoing with like Enchantress. I know there's other ways about it, you know, Echo. But for me, I like Rogue. I like the character Rogue. Gambit and Rogue are my favorite, like, Marvel couple. Gambit, my favorite character in Marvel. So Rogue is hard to like. It's hard for me, like, oh, I could slot Echo here, or I can slot Enchant. I don't give a shit about those two. Rogue is awesome, and so I'm going to use Rogue. Is she broken? No. Is she good? Yes. Does she help with this meta? Yes. The ability to shut off or shut off. The ability to steal Iron Man's passive. The ability to steal Null's passive. The ability to steal Wong passive. Beautiful. So good. So good. There's a lot more ongoing, but those are the key three at the moment that I want to talk about. Especially like Wong, because Wong is producing more Star Lords and it needs to be stopped. Stop it, Wong. Get some help. God, Wong is the worst. He makes the metas unbalanced. Anyway, Rogue's awesome. Love this card. Any other ones that I want to mention real fast before moving on? Lockheed, Kitty Pryde, really good. Kitty Pryde is balanced on her own. Naturally, she's not broken. It's whenever you pair her with Xiao Lao where she looks really good. Lockheed, in my opinion, is actually not as strong as he seems on paper, which is not a surprise. He's actually decent. Like, he's just decent. I run him because he goes with Kitty and their thing. Like, it's like her pet or whatever. It's not bad. He's not bad. I think him being a 2-1 is criminal. And his ability is decent. It's not great. It's not bad. It's usable. I'm underselling him a little bit. I know. I just don't want to overhype this character. He is fun. Well, he's funnish. His animation's kind of mid, but he's funnish. He can help you maintain pressure to an extent. You can overwhelm him. People will play against him, and that's okay. Just know that he's not winning you straight out the game by himself. He's helping you not fall behind, but he's not exactly winning it by himself. That being said, if you copy him in any way and get to play him on the same location, then it gets really crazy. So, yeah, 2 Lockheeds next to each other, just firing away to every turn. It's like Phantom X, but on crack, because you can spam it. So it's pretty good. I like him. He's a balanced card. I think he's balanced. I wish he was a little stronger. I think he should be a 2-2. I think him being a 2-2 would be fine. And I would prefer it if it was like play 1 cost or 0, 1, and 2 cost cards. I think would be fine with him. I think just having it strictly 1 cost makes it 2 on the nose for Kitty, but it works, so I'm not going to complain about it. It's fine. He's fine. He's a fun card. He's fine. Maru, love this card. It's always a good time just separating 7 negatives across the board on people. It's just fun. And then Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Gambit's just an RNG unit. He either wins you the game or loses the game just based off what he snipes. So yeah, this is a good enough deck to run in your 90s or low 90s. This will work in your 70s, 80s, and low 90s. It's hard to go into 100 with this deck. I was struggling after 92. It struggles against the meta, which is okay. It just sucks because it's my favorite deck. Now, the deck that I grinded, 92 to 100, and it was relatively clean and not too hard, and I got it done in a few hours. This deck, Lockbeat Zombie. This deck is really good. Zombies are really good. In fact, I think zombies are criminally underrated. Just because they're not broken doesn't mean they're bad. Just because they're balanced and they actually can win the game by playing their mechanic makes them really good. And you don't have to cheese with them. There's no cheesing with this. It's as simple as the mechanic of Horde is balanced. You can't really abuse it too much. There are ways you can manipulate it. There are ways you can increase the Horde or the hunger count. There are fields that can help you with that, like the ones like where you play it and it spams the whole like field with it, like it plays all of it, like all 4 slots. That is fun. That's funny. It works. But it's restricted to that field. So, the hunger. It's a good card. It's simple. It reads simple. It works. It does its job. It makes you the Horde +3, which is really good, and it's cheap. It procs Lockheed's passive. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to proc Lockheed's passive. Agony doesn't need. Okay, so Agony doesn't need to be in this deck. I'll strip set. She doesn't need to be here. I run her just to get my Kitty Pryde a head start. Easy merge. Bam, bam. It's just simple. I don't really have many other options to really utilize. Like, I'm not going to use Spider Ham. That's cringe. Um, there's not many things in here. I guess I could use Nico. Nico is a solid enough card to where draw isn't really nice. It could work. It could, but you don't really want to destroy anything in your deck. You're not trying to destroy anything. Um, you don't want to use 2 powers, too expensive. Nightcrawler now being buffed, you could consider it. He's okay. You could use Yondu. Yondu's just control. You might destroy something really good or not really good. It kind of gives the opponent, a little bit of they either hate you or they like you because you destroyed something they didn't want anyway. Nebula is really good, actually. I think Nebula is a good control card to have. Put her on a spot, let her cook. If they play against her, great. If not, then well, they'll get punished later. It's just there's not a lot of 1-star card or 1-cost cards that I would recommend to play over Agony. Agony is just simple. She gives you more power on the card, and the card we want more power on, it could be Lockheed, it can be Kitty Pryde. You can even attach it to the Hunger or the Horde. Yeah, you can attach it to the the Horde. It's just flexible. It's an easy, flexible pick. So that's why I run it. It's just a good card. I could cut it. I could find something else in this deck that might work to whatever extent. Like, I don't know. I could probably copy. Or I hate that. I hate using the word copy. Like, I don't like Exorbic Man. I don't like Wong. I don't like using these abilities. It's just cheesy, so I don't try to use them. But you could use those to like manipulate the deck, right? So like I like Agni. She's strongly balanced, a balancedly strong level 1 card, right? Hopefully she doesn't get nerfed, right? Xiao Lao, he was nerfed, but like his nerf means jack shit. It makes his spot where you put him weaker, sure. Like he will be weaker where you put him. But that's okay. He's still got 6 power. It's fine. This passive is why he's good. It's why he's broken. It's why he's so powerful. Getting plus 15 power on Kitty Pryde when she's already like 8+ power is kind of stupid. In a good way. It makes Kitty Pryde viable. I think he's the only reason why Kitty Pryde is viable, not Lockheed, Xiao Lao. Zombie Giant Man, really cool card, actually. Unironically, I don't think he needs to be tweaked I think he's balanced. I think he's like, if they gave us +3, it would be fine. I don't think it would break him. I think he'd be stronger, sure, but it wouldn't change anything. He'd still be good. And that's because of Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is why he's good. You just keep spamming Kitty Pride where Scarlet Witch is, along with Summer or Hope Summers, and then you're getting energy in return and the Horde stacked. And the reason why this is so good is because you have spells like the Hunger, Wing Beats. I run Prowler in this deck because you can spam these and you don't have to fill the location of Hope. You can just keep spamming spells on that spot and keep getting that energy for a few turns while either buffing yourself or hurting your enemy. So this deck it got me to Infinite because I think the creativity behind how you play is pretty flexible to the meta. Even though the meta is locked behind 2 decks, this deck can compete with it. It's not easy. It does take a certain bit of luck with what you draw. It does rely on you playing Zombie, Giant Man, and Shallow on your Kitty Pride and or Fields is playing nice with you. You have to get extremely big to shut down Star-Lord, like 40 plus power. It could be quite tricky, but it is doable because the deck functions in a way to where you have a way to stall the Star-Lord. You have Rogue on the Wong. Like, you just play Rogue on the Wong spot. It will stall the strat. It will cut it short. They can still manipulate it with Zola. You can't do much about that. But you can stall the power of energy they're getting in return to an extent. This deck does very good into Destroy, which is not really seen too. It's here a little bit, but it's not overly seen. Like, I ran into a few Destroy decks. I've ran into some move decks. I've seen discard decks. I have seen other decks in the meta. But most of what you're fighting is Star-Lord. Especially during the 98, 99, 100 grind. It is strictly Star-Lord. And it's miserable. And it's really hard to compete. But this deck held up. I won't promise that it will get you there. It might have been just might have been luck. I don't know. I bounced between 97 and 100, or 97 and 99 a lot. But my win to loss ratio was in the positive with this deck. The deck's main flaw is that it has a combo that it wants to follow. You want the Hunger early. You want you want Hope Summers in your hand before turn 3. If not sooner. If you can get her out earlier just by some luck that the field lets you, awesome. Hope Summer is the key to running this deck efficiently because it allows you to get the energy that you need to play most your hand to an extent. Now, what I mean by that is Prowler's cards, Kitty Pride, the Hunger, Majestic Wingbeat. You want to be able to play these cards with your core cards that you're playing during that turn. Hope Summer allows you to do this. It allows you to play those one-costed cards that might be like your first 3 turns are going to be your struggle points in looking for your key cards. The Hunger, Lockheed, Kitty Pride, Hope Summers, Zombie Witch, Prowler can be in there. Like those, those 2 to 3 cost cards that you're trying to line up to get your combo going, especially Zombie Witch and the Hunger. Those 2 are really essential to get your Giant Man to be big enough to compete. Kitty Pride is awesome if you get her right away with Lockheed. It can be like a turn, like it can get kind of sloppy because you're trying to spam down 2 cards on a turn every turn after turn 1 if possible. So if you open with your hand, you have the Hunger, you have Majestic Wingbeat, or you have like the Hunger and a Agony. You're not playing those turn 1. You're playing those turn 2, so you can play Kitty Pride, the Hunger, Kitty Pride, or Agony, Kitty Pride, or like, if you're lucky, you can win Majestic Wingbeat, Kitty Pride, and it hits your Zombie Man or your Shallow. You're looking for things like that just to get a good start. A really good start. But whenever you do the key things and the key checkpoints are hit, the deck feels really amazing. It really does. When you have Hope Summers there and you're just slapping down Kitty Pride, you're slapping down like something like Electro Gauntlet or Mines or whatever it is, and you see the Hope Summer procs twice, you see Scarlet Witch proc twice, and it starts to flow, and you see your zombie horde getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's plus 10, 12. It's really good. It's really, really solid. It makes Giant Man look really competitive, especially on certain locations. Double reveal. The one that, what is it called? It's the one it's like when you play the card here, it fills the location. You place the hunger there, it'll get the plus. It's you'll get like a level. You get power level, or your zombie man will come out swinging at 75 power. It's funny as hell, actually. So, all these decks that I build usually have a key component around it and a field preference. And if you play around that field preference, if you get it, your deck will win 100% of the time. It is field reliant decks that are the most fun to play because whenever you get that field, you feel really good about it. You want to dominate that field, and because you're dominating that field, you dominate the game. And it's balanced because of that. This deck is still good without those fields, but when it gets to play on those certain fields that really let it pop and shine, it's unstoppable. Well, unless you get unlucky, it can happen. It's very competitive with the right fields. So there you guys go. Before we wrap up, I do want to take a brief, few minutes to talk about this shit show of a patch. The 10 rings is like the only thing that might change, maybe. Chamber being nerfed, it doesn't change anything. Ultron being changed, I don't think it matters. King, Thor, Groot, Mantis, Kingpin, Nightcrawler, Thor maybe might be okay. Nightcrawler's changed. He just gets killed by Killmonger now, which is, I don't know if that matters. Him being a one cost is nice, but like you have to realize being a one cost comes with negatives. It means your Killmonger feed. So there's that. The rest of this on reveal buffing, I get it. It's the Guardian seasons. They want to buff the Guardians, but them themselves, even though they were buffed, it's not going to change unless Fing Fang Foom and Star-Lord get nerfed. And Star-Lord needs a real nerf, not a one power off his power. He needs a real nerf, a rework, or something. Fing Fang Foom is the same thing. I don't know how you go about nerfing this guy, because like he could be a 4-0 and he'd still be very strong. And I'm not kidding. He'd be a lot worse, but like he'd still be able to win games. That's how strong this guy is. You can't just cut this off. I don't think minimizing this or making this smaller does anything to like it helps a little bit, but it's not the issue. The energy is the issue. It's the energy. That's the issue with this guy. It's the energy. And then Fing Fang Foom is another problem in this meta. It's just too strong. I know he's a 7/12, and I know 7 cost is hard to, that's actually 7 cost nowadays isn't a problem. You get 20 plus bright Star-Lord build. And then the issue with him getting to copy both of your front row cards is an issue. I don't know if this will change the thing, but maybe if he just copied the strongest card in the front of that field, it would be better. At least then he's not doubling up on like your power there. I just an on reveal card that copies both front row cards is so dumb when he has 12 power. It's too strong. You could cut him down to be a 7/10. It doesn't change much. You could cut him down to be a 7/9. I think a 7/9 it still puts you at a 9 power gap anyway, so that could be better. It's hard to say, man. This tech card is so cheesy. It's so cheesy. It's hard to say what needs to be done with these cards. If you want to keep him a 7/12, that's fine, but I don't know what you do with his passive. I think copying 2 cards is just so stupid. It's so dumb. So yeah. Yeah, it's dumb. I don't know, man. The meta's stupid. It's tough. It really is. But that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't mean to rant. I love Marvel Snap. It's so fun. but the meta's stale. It's getting worse every patch stuff started. Weapon X was a fantastic season. My favorite season out of the 3. Dragons was one that I was not a fan of. It didn't have any new cards that I loved. They were just okay or broken. This season, I don't like anything that's come out of it. Um, Drax is cool. I think Drax is a good card. I think this is a good card. He is. I think this is an enjoyable buff for move. This is a good card. Everything else that's coming out of this, I don't like Moondragon. I don't like Well, I don't like Magus. I had a game where I had him put in my deck or on the field, and I used him to clone Lockheed, and I got the double Lockheed. It's fine. He's cool. I also had him copy Iron Man, which is pretty funny. But I don't like him. He doesn't like. He's more cloning, man. It's just cheesy. He's just more cloning. This I can't wait to get this. If I didn't have to buy Giant Man and I bought the Horde, I bought Giant Man, and then I bought Hope Summers literally in a brace of 2 free sets. So like I'm kind of broke out of summons right now, or out of coins right now. But I do plan on getting Diamondback next. I've been wanting her. I'm excited to use her. So I'm gonna get her. I hope she's fun. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this season. I'm gonna go to bed. This season sucked. I'm glad I'm infinite. The card back is mid. I don't care. The Weapon X one is still my favorite, but I'm glad I got a second deck finally. It's been almost 3 months. Well, it's like two months and 14 days now, or whatever. At least I got a second deck that's really competitive and really fun, and not Star-Lord or Fing Fang Boom. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck, new players. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.